It was said the moon once sang when the world was new, not with words, but with light. A soundless hymn of silver woven through oceans and mountains, through the veins of trees and the hearts of stars. Every creature born in that age carried a fragment of that song, until the heavens quieted, and only one remained who remembered it whole. They called it the last creature made of moonlight. No one knew when it first appeared. Some said it was born from the reflection of the moon on still water. Others whispered it had always been there, hidden between seconds, waiting for a night calm enough to be seen. Its shape was uncertain, sometimes winged, sometimes like a veil of light, sometimes only a shimmer where nothing else shone. Yet all who saw it remembered the same feeling, that they were being watched not by eyes, but by eternity itself. The creature moved through the forgotten places, the glass deserts, the forests that glowed from within, the lakes that dreamed beneath their own reflections. Wherever it went, silence deepened. Time itself seemed to kneel, letting the creature pass as if the world recognized a piece of its own beginning. When it stepped through the ruins of the Celestine Isles, the stones remembered what it felt like to be alive. The air thickened with ancient light, and the water beneath the cliffs turned silver as though night itself had melted. The creature paused there, listening. Far away, the moon drifted behind slow clouds, dim, half asleep, and for the first time in countless ages, its light wavered. Something stirred within the creature then. Not sorrow, but memory. It had seen countless dawns, but never belonged to any of them. The world had changed too much. Rivers had forgotten their voices. Stars no longer descended to bathe in mortal seas. Magic had grown quiet, folded into dreams, and it alone had been left behind. A remnant of a time when light and life were one breath. Yet that night, something new began to awaken. The creature felt it, a pulse beneath the earth, faint but rising. It followed the rhythm northward, through canyons that shimmered like frozen lightning, until it came to the edge of the world, a plain of black glass where the sky bent downward and the stars were close enough to touch. There, standing among the reflections of constellations, it found a single child made of shadow and starlight. The child was not afraid. "You're late," it said softly, though its voice seemed older than the sky. "The sea has begun to dream of the sky again. The world is remembering what it lost." The moonlight creature tilted its faceless head, as though listening to the music behind those words. From the horizon, a faint glow rose, not sunlight, not moonlight, but something between. The edges of the world began to unravel like threads of dawn caught in water. The child reached out. "When the first light touched the first sea, you were born," it whispered. "Now the last sea is dreaming, and it's calling you home." The creature moved closer. Its form flickered. One moment solid, the next pure luminescence. When it touched the child's hand, their lights mingled, and the ground beneath them melted into brilliance. Stars reflected in the glass plane began to rise upward, as if the sky had turned inside out. Every reflection became real. Every shadow became a star. Mountains bent upward like waves, rivers poured into the heavens, and the horizon vanished. The creature felt its being stretch, dissolve, and reform, not dying, not fading, but changing into something vaster. It began to recall what it truly was. Not a beast, not a ghost, but a bridge. A living thread between the sleeping earth and the waking sky. It was born not to wander, but to keep them dreaming of each other. Every shimmer of moonlight on the sea, every ripple of silver in the dark, that had been its breath. Now, with the world's last dream stirring, it felt the old song return. The same soundless melody that once filled creation rose again, vibrating through every drop of water, every grain of dust, every memory still clinging to the air. The child stepped back, smiling with eyes that were galaxies. "Then it's time," it said. "Go where no light remembers itself." The creature looked once more at the fading world. Forests glowed in their sleep. Mountains whispered in forgotten languages. The seas shimmered as though waiting for a touch. Slowly, the creature spread itself across the horizon, dissolving into rivers of white fire that climbed upward. From afar, it looked as though 1,000 moons were being born at once, ribbons of light flowing through the clouds, weaving new constellations where none had ever existed. The stars dimmed, as though bowing to something greater. And when the last thread of its form vanished into the upper sky, silence returned. Not the silence of absence, but the silence of completion. For a moment, nothing moved. Then the moon brightened, not with reflected light, but from within. Its surface shimmered like living water. Across the world, lakes began to glow with the same light, rivers turned translucent, and every place that had ever reflected the moon started to hum. The world had changed. It no longer needed the creature to carry its memory. The moon itself had awakened. In the ages that followed, no one saw the last creature made of moonlight again, but the signs of its passage endured. Night no longer felt cold. It felt alive. When storms passed over still lakes, faces could sometimes be seen looking back from the ripples, smiling faintly before fading. Some said those were memories of the creature, others believed they were dreams the world was now having of itself. Either way, every reflection became sacred, a doorway to the realm where moonlight first learned to dream. Once, a wanderer crossed a silver desert and found an ocean where no map had placed one. Its waters glowed from within, casting light upward instead of reflecting it. As the traveler stepped closer, they realized the surface was not water but air. The sea had indeed risen to the sky. And in that shimmering boundary between up and down, light and reflection, they thought they saw a figure moving, not walking, but flowing, as if made of memory and horizon. It turned its head, a soft gesture, more suggestion than motion, and for an instant the traveler's shadow shone. When they awoke, they found silver dust on their hands and footprints glowing faintly behind them, fading as dawn arrived. The world whispered then, through leaves, through wind, through the trembling surface of every lake. The creature is not gone. It became everything that remembers light. And so, whenever the moon rises full, the seas glow faintly beneath it. Not just in reflection, but in recognition, as though the sky itself is looking down to find its missing half, and the sea smiles back. For somewhere, still dreaming between them, the last creature made of moonlight drifts, not above, not below, but within every luminous breath of the world. It no longer needs form, nor name, nor witness. It has become the space between all things that shine. It has become the dream that light dreams of itself.